So what happens to the Kid Pirates after their encounter with Kaido? No, not in this chapter. Yeah, Oda decided to skip that and move back to Dressrosa. Hello everyone, this is Faraway, your manga review for Very Small Island of Singapore, going to give his review of One Piece chapter 796. A soldier's decision. Now, this review is going to be very short, but I just like to point things out in this chapter. Apparently, it's good. We get a progression to the ending of this arc, but people wanted to know what happened to the Kid Pirates during the encounter with Kaido. I mean, that previous chapter was like the biggest hype chapter of this year. The biggest One Piece chapter of this year because of the revelation of Kaido. 100 Beast Kaido, Kaido the Beast and all. We finally get to see his appearance. He's the final Yonko that has finally been revealed. But what happened to the Kid Pirates? Not in this chapter. Oda apparently skipped all that and moved back to Dressrosa. And in this chapter of One Piece, apparently I was wrong. I thought you had to focus on the celebration feast routine that happened throughout every single end of the arc after Luffy defeated the main baddie. But apparently Luffy and his group are going to escape Dressrosa now. That's right, they are going to escape Dressrosa because Fujitora has finally made his move. Apparently the dice that he rolled landed on the 6. Well, not actually, he was the one who rolled that dice. It was Tsuru and Sengoku. Apparently they have arrived on the coast of Dressrosa and meet up with Fujitora. What's really interesting is that Sengoku, this is the first time we saw a post-time skip of Sengoku in a manga appearance. I know that we saw his post-time skip appearance in the One Piece Z film. However, the story itself isn't canon to the manga series. So, but he's the same. He looks similar to the way. I know Sengoku look kinda out of character right now because when you see Sengoku, he's like a person who is a very serious person who takes his job very seriously. But that was his time as a fleet admiral on the pre-time skip. Now on the post-time skip, he's a chief inspector or great inspector. And it's kind of funny to see him become like that, like behaving like Garp, eating persimmon crackers, and even laugh at some ridiculous things like Fujitora betting his decision whether to catch Luffy on a dice. And it's kind of funny to see Vice Admiral Tsuru scolding him, and kind of like similar to the pre-time skip where Sengoku scolded Garp for doing these kind of things. Fujitora has been doing this whole dice rolling thing for like 3 days, and he even admits that he didn't use his gravity devil fruit ability to make the dice stop on the 1. And he believes that it has something to do with a good luck already been casted upon Luffy and his group. But I think that Fujitora, we all know that Fujitora is a kind-hearted person. He's a noble person who already sees Luffy and Law as heroes of Dressrosa. They're responsible for saving the country from being massacred by Doflamingo. And that is why I like Fujitora. But sadly, apparently he had no choice but to proceed to arrest Luffy and Law after he gave that dice to Tsuru and asked her to roll. And if that dice landed on another number instead of a 1, then Fujitora will proceed to arrest Luffy and Law, which he did. And it's kind of sad to see that he had no choice but to do so. Now that a marine official is now seeing his actions. We also get back to the town of Dressrosa where Gets announcing that King Riku will return to the throne after 10 years of absence, and everybody was cheering. But apparently King Riku was concerned that whether he will be able to bring back the happiness like the good old days, but King Elizabeth ensured that it will eventually happen. And it's also very interesting to find out that after King Riku's reign is over, he will pass down his throneship to his granddaughter Rebecca. And speaking of Rebecca, she looks exactly like her mom. Now she wears a dress, no longer the glitter bikini armor and all. And she's been attended by her royal maids and servants. And from afar, we saw Viola sitting on a chair and looking at her. Her niece being attended by the maids and the servants. So there has been this rumor going on regarding about Rebecca's father. Apparently, many people of Dressrosa, the citizens of Dressrosa, they think that Rebecca's father was a faraway prince from a faraway island with a beautiful lake, and he died in the war, leaving Rebecca and her mom, Scarlet, behind. And apparently, he survived and is living in Dressrosa. However, to all of us, we already knew that Rebecca's father was Kyros. I think that she already know about the backstory of her father and also her mother, their relationship together, and how it all happened back in the past before she was born. And it's kind of sad that no one actually knew about Kyros being her father, except only a few, and that this rumor was started by Kyros and also King Riku, as they wanted to pass down the lies so that no one will find out the truth, because it's kind of like a forbidden love for a royal family member to fall in love with like a commoner. Dressrosa now is currently in a state of being rebuilt, and we see a lot of people, a lot of citizens of Dressrosa, they're helping the marines and all, tending to the wounds of those who are hurt and seriously injured during the great battle between Luffy and Doflamingo in the country itself. And there's a funny moment where we see Princess Manchuria. Apparently she decided to expose herself alongside the other dwarfs, and she wanted to help the people of Dressrosa. I know a lot of people will kind of like piss off with the Tontalas, how annoying and irritating they can be. I know you guys were reading the chapter and you were like, oh come on Oda, get on, move on with the chapter. We don't want this whole entire chapter to focus on Tontalas. We want more Luffy, we want to see Luffy. And yeah, we will see Luffy later at the end of the chapter. But it's very interesting to see Manchuria, she finally exposing herself to the public, and now everybody knows the existence of dwarfs. And it's kind of funny that her personality, her cuteness attracted the marines, especially Vice Admiral Tsuru. Wow, I think this is the first time we saw Tsuru apparently smile. I might be wrong. And also Sengoku is helping Manchuria, and it seems that Manchuria is doing a blood donation where she apparently sucks out the blood of the donors, and but with the help of her Chiyu fruit ability, she used their fruit abilities to turn that blood into medicine. And it's kind of interesting to see that there are more uses to her their fruit ability. And we move on to the end of the chapter, where we focus on Luffy's group inside Kyros' wooden house, and we find out from Kyros that he basically trying to explain to the group about the whole rumor being circulating, and that he started the whole rumor because for the sake of the protection of her daughter. And while this is going on, Bartholomew came in and informed them that Fujitora has finally made his move to arrest Luffy and Law, and because of the dice that he rolls, landed on the 6. And it's kind of funny that Bartholomew, when he entered the house, he was like a fanboy at all. It's like the shininess of the 5 straw hat pirates that were appearing at the same time. It's like shining with bright lights, and he blinded him. That was freaking funny, and Zoro was like, will you stop doing that? Only after that, we saw that Bellamy is already fully cured, and he wanted Trafalgar Law to kill him because he doesn't want to die in the hands of the Marines. But apparently Trafalgar Law, he doesn't want to kill Bellamy because Luffy has already stated that Bellamy is his friend. And we got a call from Leo saying that the Marines are now heading towards the direction, and also the direction towards the palace and also the town of Dressrosa, and Bartholomew saying to everyone that they should stick close together and head towards the eastern port, where apparently we saw the Coliseum fighters. Apparently they are waiting to ambush the Marines and distracting them. We saw Sai and we saw Cavendish. There are 2 individuals on this one panel. There are 2 individuals I don't have no idea who they are, but we'll see. Then in the palace we saw Rebecca. Apparently she heard that Luffy and Law are going to escape Dressrosa now because Fujitora and the Marines are now proceed to arrest them, and it's kind of sad for her because she won't be able to speak Luffy for one last time before he leaves the island. However, Luffy has some unfinished business and told Bartholomew and the others to head to the eastern port first while he has something to do. And that's the end of the chapter. So it wasn't much of a chapter. I mean, it basically focused on their escape from Dressrosa, and we are getting closer to the end of this arc. I mean, come on everyone, Dressrosa is already like 96 chapters already, and I had a feeling that this arc would end in 4 chapters. And you know what I'm going to call it? That the Dressrosa arc is going to end in 100 chapters. If it does, then it will be the first One Piece arc to end in 100 chapters, and of course it is currently the longest arc in the One Piece manga series. And that's my review of One Piece chapter 796, A Soldier's Decision. So what do you guys think of this chapter? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you guys think about Luffy's unfinished business? Do you think that he is going back to the palace to say goodbye to Rebecca, or recruit Viola to the Straw Hat Pirates? Maybe or maybe not. And also, do you think the rumors will finally clear up? I had a feeling that Luffy might go to the palace and ask Rebecca to do that and announce that Kyros is her father to the public. What about Bartholomew? What about Bellamy? To me, no, they will not join the Straw Hat crew. Although I can see them as allies, and I can see that Bellamy joining Bartholomew's crew. And it's been a long time since we have yet to see Bartholomew's crew, his Bartol Club. I mean, the only crew member we saw is Gambia. And it's been a long time since we haven't seen him. And also, now that Sengoku has arrived, I really want to find out his reaction to Rocinante's death. What do you think about his death? I mean, I hope that Oda brings it up and finally answers the question. We are 4 chapters away, hopefully, to this upcoming arc, the Zoro's arc. I heard that a lot of people saying that the arc will come on the first week of September. So yeah, I really can't wait for it. So if you like this review video, give it a like, comment and subscribe. And until the One Piece manga chapter review video, this is Faraway signing off. Keep in touch and have a good day.